Hey folks, in this week's video, we're going to take a look at how you can take drawings from reference and modify them to make it in your own style. So in this case, I've picked a universal classic monster, the creature from the Black Lagoon. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm just going to show you how I think through taking this rough sketch and modifying it digitally so that I can kind of make it stand out in my own style. And other examples that I've done here are, say, Frankenstein's monster and the Invisible Man. I started with looking at photo references for both creatures and modified them, and I'm going to share those techniques with you in this video. So this character has always been a little bit more challenging to draw because he's got a lot of stuff on him. And the first thing I do typically is I'll duplicate the original so I don't have to mess with the original. And I'm going to start out with the eyes. I always start out with the eyes because the eyes are really the first thing that people see. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the eyes. And I'm just going to play a series of what-if games. What if, instead of the eyes being round like in the reference, the eyes actually have this kind of bulbous type of look? Keeping in mind that, you know, he's got a lot of these scales. And I'm just going to change it up here. Make it a little bit darker. And I think that this first approach here might work better because it just looks a little bit more menacing. When you don't really see the pupils, you start to get a sense of uncertainty and fear. So this is like one method that I could go ahead and modify this character. So then I'll iterate. I'll just make a copy of it. The reason why I make copies is sometimes I'll find things in my earlier revisions that I may want to go back to. And if nothing else, what this also does is it helps capture process. So as I'm working through it, if I want to show somebody like the stages of the work that I've created, I can easily do that. So I'm going to take the mouth because the mouth is something that I, again, drew from reference. I'm just going to go ahead and omit that. And I just do things little pieces at a time. And for this mouth, if I want to modify the mouth, maybe the mouth is, instead of it being open like it is in the reference. So the creature from the Black Lagoon, the photos that you see from that classic movie are all from a rubber mask. And rubber masks aren't very malleable, right? So this what makes this character a little bit more challenging to draw. But if I'm just copying the reference, it just looks kind of boring. So I'm going to just go in with a different mouth shape. Just give it some asymmetry. Keeping in mind that his lips are rather big. And got the bottom lip here. And this can also be helpful when you're just, you know, if you're looking at a reference and you want to just change something about it, maybe the personality or the emotion or something like that the character is actually experiencing, you can actually make small changes. And you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm messing up, or I have to start over again, or I'm not liking the way this looks. This idea of keeping copies, I think, is really, really beneficial. So I'll just draw some of his teeth. I'll fill that in with black. And already I've got something that looks a little bit more visually interesting. And this may not be the only thing. So just to show you how I can push this even further, we can play a lot with proportion, right? In this case, the eyes, the nose, or I guess the semblance of a nose and the lips are roughly the same size. But what if, and sometimes I'll use a blank layer to go ahead and try this out. What if I made the eyes much smaller? You know, playing with this idea of large, medium, and small with the facial features. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this part here too, the nose. You want to give yourself the freedom to make changes. You know what? I'm kind of going to go ahead and get rid of the lips too. I've got my reference on a secondary display, so I can always consult it and look at it. I want to make those eyes much, much smaller, almost diamond shaped. And I'm going to play around with this idea of scale. When I say scale, the actual texture of scales. And the nose. I'll just kind of infer that. I don't have to draw every little piece of the nose. And that's the thing, when you're drawing from references, sometimes it can be just like you're just trying to just make an exact copy. And I think that's fine if that's what you want to do, but I think it makes it a little bit less interesting, in my opinion. So now I'm getting something that I feel I can maybe work with. It's looking less, it's carrying the ethos of the reference. I mean, people can still recognize it as the creature from the Black Lagoon, but it's not, you know, oh, you use this photo reference to go ahead and create it, right? And if you're new to drawing from references and you're trying to modify things, it's okay. I'm not changing the pose of this. I'm just simply just working with what I've got. I like the way that we're kind of getting that hint of those scales. So something I also do is I use the lasso tool. I'll just chop off pieces to give it some texture. So already this is looking a little bit more interesting. I'm using a somewhat thicker brush. I think varying the brush is also really, really important as you work, making the brush size bigger or smaller. And I'm adding some definition. Now I'm going for a more stylized look here. I'm not necessarily going for photorealistic. That's not really what I do. I mean, I can do that, but it's not as interesting to me, I guess. Everyone has their own wheelhouse. Everyone has their own interest, right? So it's okay. So I've got this here. I'm going to come back and clean up some of these areas here too. And once you get a feel for it, you can kind of improvise. It's kind of like in music, if you know how to play a song, and now you're going back through and you're very familiar with the song, but now you're adding your own licks, you're adding your own elements to it. It's still the same song. You can recognize it, but it's got maybe more of your personality or more of your musicianship going on with it, right? I like those waves. They're all like almost like shells, right? Maybe I'll just extend this down. So again, I'm deviating from the reference just to make it more interesting visually for me. So now we've got something that I think can work. Now the question is, what do I do with the head? And you can see some small underdrawings here when I first started roughing this out. You can see that there are some sketch lines here that I'm just going to go ahead and clean up. Let's see. What do I want his mouth to do? So maybe I'll move the bridge of his upper lip, move it up. And I'll play with the teeth a little bit. I love drawing teeth. So expressive. Let's just open those lips up a little bit. It almost looks like the lips now kind of look a little bit like a mustache, kind of. And that's okay. They're little serendipitous things. Now I always like to flip the drawing, so let me just merge my layers together. I'll flip it. You can see that, you know, there's a little bit of an angle going on here, so I typically like to use the transform tool. I'll try to correct that angle by using transform skew. And what I'm doing here is I'm just making sure that those eyes are perfectly horizontal. So you can still see that there is a little bit of, it's a little cattywampus, but if I flip it back, it's not as bad now. So I'm going to just get rid of the top part of the head. Just want to clean those areas up a little bit too. You want to just give yourself permission to go ahead and make stuff that looks the way you want it to look. As long as you're honoring the spirit of what it is you're trying to draw, it's okay. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just go a little bit more nuts and just make the head a little bit more dome shape. And I like these little ridges, so I'm going to go ahead and define those a little bit more. Not every line has to connect. I'm coming back here and just kind of deleting some of these connecting lines because it looks more interesting that way. We've got something that looks fairly interesting. It's recognizable as the creature from the Black Lagoon, but it's not an exact copy from the photo, which is really important. Now I want to play with the eyes a little bit more. So I'm making another copy. Remember, layers are free. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to fill this in. Well, that's the opposite of filling it in. There we go. So that looks kind of interesting. So this gives me something that I can maybe play. So I'm going to go with another shape, which you'll see. I'm just drawing with the lasso tool. That looks interesting. It's kind of a, you know, glowing eye type of effect. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'll start to clean up some of these areas here, refine some of the edges. I might also just say, you know what, for my creature from the Black Lagoon, who's to say that he doesn't have, you know, more of these little wavy bits? You know, I'm going to try to create a little bit more balance. Or maybe I'll just have like one or two of these things just kind of floating like little tendrils. Just kind of breaking up those shapes, making them feel less solid, because again, these are just basically, you know, I'm drawing from a reference that's basically just hard plastic, right? So adding a little bit of overlap here, maybe I have one of those little, you know, tendrils kind of dipping in like this. I'll add another one here too. So now there's a sense of movement, right? I'm just going to add another tendril. And what it's doing is it's breaking that shape up, right? So I think this character is a little bit challenging for people to begin drawing, and I'm not sure, you know, why I decided that I was going to go ahead and pick this one for the video, because I guess their goal here is not just to draw the Loch Ness Monster, or I mean the creature from the Black Lagoon, but it's to show you the thought process. Like, if you're drawing from reference, you don't have to keep every little aspect of the reference intact. I'm going to show you here in a minute where I started from, so let me just go ahead and shrink this guy down. And I'll show my starting sketch. And you can see that there are some similarities, but the character on the right just looks much more dynamic, much more interesting, much more fluid and less stiff when you're drawing directly from the reference. So I'm modifying the reference, honoring the spirit of the reference, but I'm making it my own. So that's a short and sweet video here. Stick around. I'll do a little time lapse where I go ahead and color my version of the creature from the Black Lagoon. And if you found some value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.